Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this market Sitrep. It is Monday, the 24th of July, and I hope you're all doing very well, of course. And let me see if everything is okay on the technical side. Image looks good, sound looks good. All right, or sounds good. Let me know on chat. Thank you, Arnold, for confirming that. Let's see who's there. Marius, hello. Hello. And Harun is already on as well. Big screens way. All right, good. If sound is good, that means we can get started. We have a full new week of trading ahead of us, and it's also the last week for July. Actually, let me see, when is the 31st again? Or the next Monday. So officially we have next Monday, the 31st, still as a part of the month, of course. So we will have a new monthly candle next Tuesday, so not this week. So you could say the last full week of trading for July, which means things like if you look at a monthly volume profile, are stronger than when you start off the month, obviously, because they contain more data. So it's a bit more interesting in that sense. All right, let's get to it. The plan for today is to cover Bitcoin. That's what's on the chart right now, BTC USD pair on Bybit. Then we're going to jump to the S&P 500 and have a look at that. Maybe the Nasdaq too if we have time. Then we're going to jump to the US dollar index to see how that's doing. Jump over to the EURUSD as the inverse pair that I use to trade that, or one of the inverse pairs. You can use, of course, other ones as well. Then we're going to have a look at gold, and we're going to wrap up with Ethereum. Okay, so that's the plan for today. Should be about 45 minutes. And yeah, if you have any questions, just pop them over on the chat, and then I'll have a look. Okay. Good. So Bitcoin, first thing. This is the monthly chart. It's clean. That's what I do every morning, and what I keep insisting in every stream that I recommend that you guys also do, and gals, because it helps you see things that you perhaps might have missed as soon as you started drawing your first line or your first fib retracement or whatever tools you're using. As soon as you do that, you're already immediately biasing yourself. And this is always a nice kind of bias cleanup exercise. And we can start playing around with, old pivots, old ideas, try to find new ones, challenge them. Is this good? Is this bad? Has something new come up that maybe can influence your plan? Yeah, it's important to react to the available information. Yeah, and since this is trading or technical analysis, or trading based on technical analysis, and then you can add order flow and other stuff as well. You're very much dependent and reliant on the data that you have in front of you. So if that changes, you need to adapt as well. You can't just be like, no, that was my plan and I'm gonna stick to it until the end of the year. Of course, it's good to stick to your plan, but also take new information into account. So if we take the June 2021 low, which is now celebrating its 2-year anniversary, Bitcoin is still above that. So we could view that as a bullish aspect, something that is actually signaling more upside as possible, at least on this time frame. And of course, it's not just that pivot. It's like, why is he drawing that random line? Why this one and not another one? There's also something else behind it, which would be the volume profile. As you can see, it's very close to that pivot. It depends also if we go to the weekly time frames, then it's a bit more adjusted, but around there. So that line that I was showing you just now is not just where did it go here? It's not just some random pivot. It's actually the value area low of a huge range comprising about 3 years of data. Over 3 years of data. So in other words, the Bitcoin price staying above 28K is more of a bullish statement. That's why we can already conclude, or at least start to think about, by just simply looking at a naked or a clean chart and seeing where these monthly candles are leading us. So let's zoom in a little bit to what's happening right now, because we're looking in the end to something we can do this week, right? This month's candle took or made a new high compared to everything else for the past year, right? That was the big drop in June 2022. So this month has set a new high, yeah, a new record high compared to all of this stuff down here. But it has pulled back, lost the monthly open. That's why the candle's red, and now seems to be heading to this area here. Now, what's this area here? If you're already familiar with horizontal levels, then you know this is already a monthly level. So from a monthly candle perspective, June closed above this resistance horizontal level, and now the scenario that well, already considering for the past month basically is that if there is a pullback in price to this area, for example, and it holds as support, in other words, this month's candle, July, closes above 29,237, then this can be considered a back test. Yeah, in other words, price closes above, back test that level, and it can go through it a little bit, that's fine, and then continues higher. Okay, so this would be the most bullish scenario. Of course, you're going to notice that there's another monthly level that I've already drawn here. This is a fresh one. It's not an old one. And it's also very interesting, yeah, because it's a very strong area of support that could also be revisited, yeah, 27.2. So these are the two perhaps most relevant monthly levels, or not perhaps, surely, that we have close by on price. If we go to the upside, the next one is way, way, way up at 45.5. So, you know, we're quite a ways away from that. So it's not so relevant right now. But if we now put together the big range of the past 3 years, plus, yeah, that June 2021 low area, that's around there. So basically above 28K, plus this, this aspect as well, then we have yet another argument to say, okay, so far this is looking not bad at all. Yeah. Of course, if we zoom in, you're going to notice that this monthly level was not hit. It was front run. In other words, price almost got there, but then turned around. Yeah. Does that mean we can revisit it? Yes, there is quite a possibility that we still travel through this area before the month is over. It doesn't have to happen, but it's something to keep in mind. Yeah. All right, that would be the monthly candle story. Let's look at the weekly candle story. Yeah. So just for this area right now, I'm not going to look at the old range we used to have here that would lasted 1, 2, 3, about 3 to 4 weeks. Yeah, about a month last year. Now we've spent some more time up here, so we have some nice data, we have some nice volume, we have we have enough information here to start making our little plans. Yeah, let's see what I have saved on local. Okay, that's a simple way to look at it, but I was looking for the levels that I drew preparing for this. I think there was something else. I'm just gonna delete that as well. All right, let's see if those are, yeah, that's it. Okay, that's better. So we have an untapped weekly level here to the downside. This is an old one. I'm going to remove it, but it's nice for reference if you want. This is an old weekly level. It's exactly like the old monthly level. So we're already aware of that. And that was that old weekly level from here. Yeah. So your options now are to say, okay, I'm just looking for fresh levels, the ones that can provide the strongest reaction usually. Then that is already been tapped and traveled through. Yeah. But it's a weekly level to keep in mind. This one here, let me see this one here. Okay, oh, that's interesting. Also standing in the way. So this is getting a bit crunched up here. It might be a bit confusing, but you have a weekly level of support here. Yeah, that was immediately lost a week afterward, and a weekly level of resistance was created. So this area is getting very, very heavy in traffic, 30,200. Here you have your 30,162, so they're extremely close to each other, a bit too close for my taste. And otherwise, we don't have any untapped levels. So in other words, all of the weekly levels you mark here are purely for orientation purposes, but not really for something fresh, like maybe this one down here at 25.9. Okay. So the next thing that I would do, or something that I would do, is of course, not only mark the pivots for the last week, yeah, OHLC, very important, but I would look on the daily time frame to see, is there something closer that I can use for the current price action. And as soon as we go on the daily time frame, we can already start subdividing the chart into different sections. Yeah. So we can argue that, or actually, there you go. Impulsive rise in price, then sideways price action, another push to the upside that did not last very long and came back to this old range. Yeah. So this is definitely one area where price has ranged for a while, kind of continued here. And these are attempts to leave the range that did not work. We can say the range continued or in this phase, and we spent also some amount of time outside of it. So you have a bigger range here. Yeah, this is starting to look funny with all these drawings. And here we have a very, very impulsive crossing through the range with a new high made and price now settling up here. In other words, there is something quite different from the end of June to now. Yeah, so the past month we have been hanging around a different place than before. So these are already structures that you can start using without even drawing anything to say, all right, for whatever reason, price is stabilizing around here and up here, yeah, higher than it was before. So one of the ranges you could, this would be everything combined, and this would be the combined value area high, which you can see is very nice resistance. And of course, the value area low, also very nice support. Here it was temporarily flipped to resistance, but reclaimed. Look at that, 1, 2, 3, and we cross it again. So this you can already start saying, aha, this seems to be something important. Basically where we are right now in price. Yeah, very important area of, okay, if this upper range here is lost, if this is lost as support, then there's your point of control, 28K. Once again, we can even throw in our on-tap month or our monthly levels. There you go. That would be that one. The other fresh one is down here, and this one's much, much lower. Okay. So you can start throwing in your horizontal levels, of course, and combining it with everything. So this area where we are right now is very important in that sense because it opens the gate to the combined lower range. What we can also do is not extend this to the right and just look at the volume before that little explosion happened. Yeah. So this would give you a smaller value area to play with, similar or same point of control pretty much, and that would be the value area. So this would be the old range, and you can say now we have not counting the move up, yeah, just the sideways price action. This would be the new range. Yeah, that would be the local most immediate place to look for possible trades. Yeah, and that's that little. Let me turn these off for a second. That's that little folder that I have here. If it turns on, there you go. So it's basically just, we can be very strict and not even include that and say, okay, just give me that, not the entry candle. That's my local range right now. Those were the standing highs. Price attempted to travel past the highs, failed. Those were the standing lows. Price attempted to travel past them, failed, and came back to the range. Yeah. And right now, the strongest resistance we have since the 15th of July, so since the middle of the month, is 30,280. Okay, why? There's your point of control. It's the maximum horizontal transaction volume area. And that's the area to beat for Bitcoin to even think about rotating to a value area high. Yeah. So let me just turn off these little two pivots here. There you go. That would be your local range for possible trade setups. Yeah. Of course, we can keep in mind that there's possibilities of traveling down here, but as it stands, price has been holding up here since the 22nd of June, or basically since we entered here on the 21st. So let's go with that. Yeah, there's no need to, well, basically just enjoy their range as long as it lasts. This would be our current lowest daily level. So I would definitely mark this one. This is fresh, made from Saturday to Sunday, even though it's weekend. We still have a horizontal level here to play with. Price has already traveled below it, even taken yesterday's low, not quite this one. And we're still hanging around up here. Yeah. So that would be our lowest daily level for this horizontal or sideways price action. And this would be our highest. So now it starts even getting more interesting. Yeah. Now we can go even to lower time frames and say, all right, look at that. Look at how beautiful this is working so far. In other words, instead of, and I know there's many trading systems based on this, which I find, well, shocking, but the way it is, I guess. Instead of expecting a breakout of the range up here or a breakdown from the range down here, you're already thinking, well, wait a minute, look at how well price is contained within these two levels. Why should I expect a breakout or a breakdown when I can just keep looking for range rotations? So long at the bottom, short at the top, long at the bottom, short at the top, and repeat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you could probably repeat it 10, 15, 20 times before the range actually breaks. So on that last trade, if you do go long at the bottom and then it breaks down, then it's a losing trade. You get stopped out. Or if it does break out, then it's a losing trade and you get stopped out. Yeah, but that's one loss after 10, 15 wins. Yeah, so you see how this is a very interesting way, or a very profitable way, simply put, to look at price action and to react to what's going on. Yeah. So immediately, without even drawing anything else, all I've done is subdivide the chart into areas or ranges in this case, and I've added 2 horizontal levels, nothing more. Yeah. So I'm keeping it as clean and simple as possible. Why would you be bearish down here, right? Based on all of this data, why would you try to look for a short position at support? Same question up here. Why would you look for a long position at resistance? Yeah. Oh, because it's going up very fast. Oh, because it's going down very fast. That's not an argument. Yeah. Yeah. So that already gives us a bias, right? For the entire week, really. Why? Well, because this has been lasting quite a while. How long have we been in here? Let me see. Since the 22nd. So we're pushing now 32 days, 16 hours, pretty much. So over a month, right? So if we've been hanging around here for a month, why should I expect a breakdown now and not next month or next week or in 2 weeks, right? That means automatically the bias that I have now on this asset, looking at just this, is, well, rotation up again, right? And that's when you can start adding your other tools. There's your value area. In other words, not just the candles going up and down, but what's actually behind it. Yeah, where's the maximum transaction interest? And the maximum transaction interest is 30,200. Yeah. So claim the value area low, rotate to the point of control, value area high, and then you have quite a lot of empty space up here, or less volume. Yeah, not empty, but less volume. And then how do you determine, well, how high or how low can this stuff go, right? That's when you can just simply start adding the fib retracement. So your maximum extension would be from the highest pivot available to the lowest available. Yeah, nothing special. So that would be your golden pocket right there. 7.1, 7.86, and the highest daily level available. Yeah, now I have to do I deleted it, now I have to draw it again. So you start putting these elements together. Yeah, ideally they should line up. That will give you the best probabilities. If they're not really lining up, well, then they're a bit weaker in that sense. Yeah, where's my weekly levels? Oh yeah, we only have the untapped one. So basically here we have to start using old daily levels or OHLC values, right? There's your highest weekly level available. Monthly wise, we only have the monthly open, which is also lower. Yeah, I'm just trying to look for stuff that lines up. This is an old daily level as well. This is the fresh one up here. So you can see that the best lining up would be golden pocket and value area high approximately. Yeah. In other words, it's not super duper resistance either. Yeah. Okay. So that would be looking to the upside, right? Basically, we open the entire door up here, and there's a few more things we can look at to see what lines up best. But for now, let's stick to this. And let me see the most local thing. So this is just from this available low now to the next highest available high possible. And you can see that support is holding really well. Yeah. Every attempt to push price down has so far failed. The one thing to keep in mind, however, is that if you're putting your stop loss here or here, well, especially there, for long positions, that it's very easy to get stopped out before the actual move up happens. Yeah. And especially at during a certain trading session that I love very much, that would be the New York session, which is coming up in a few hours. And that would be one of those, oh my God, my stop loss got hit. And then price went the way that I expected. Yeah. This is if you're putting your stop loss at places like this. Yeah. There's a reasoning behind this. And we cover that also in detail and repeatedly in our videos. So these two are a bit suspicious in that sense. The same could be said about these because they're all higher lows. So in one sense, you're saying, oh, well, this is bullish because they're higher lows. Yes. But on the other hand, you do have stop loss orders resting below all of these pivots. Yeah. And of course, the pending homework, basically, right? There's like, oh, there was a front run of this level. Well, now we have two factors. One, front run, and the second one is that everyone and their mother's putting their stop losses here for long positions, right? I mean, where else are you going to put it? The ultimate one is here. Otherwise, you have to go all the way back down here, right? So you see how this is setting up to be a bit of a, see where the view up is, a bit of a cheeky situation in that sense, yeah? So does that mean you can't long here? Of course you can. Just be aware of the fact that this can still happen. Yeah, in other words, a move down to take all the stop losses out, tap that monthly level area, and perhaps even something juicier. We can look at a few more things, and then start moving back up and start that range rotation again. Yeah. So in other words, just like it happened here and like it happened here, taking out stop losses and rotating the range again. That would be the simplest or one of the coolest things to look at. Why? Because it gives you an insane risk to reward ratio. Yeah. In other words, let's say you use this as your reference level or area around that. And you say, all right, if price goes down here, I'm going to do nothing and just see what happens. But as soon as it starts pushing back up, and this is where the order flow analysis becomes interesting, and only then, not now, in the middle of nowhere, basically, only then it can give you nice information. And of course, if you say, all right, well, I expect the range rotation, point of control has to be a take profit area. Obviously, you can see why. Value area high, and perhaps even to that untapped daily level. So you can see a risk reward ratio of 12. Yeah, you're risking like 0.6% against possible 7. So, I mean, if you focus on taking these kinds of trades with this type of risk reward ratio, the losses that you take are insignificant, and the wins will pay for a month's worth of losses, really. Yeah. So it's very, very important to not to look for the best trades possible. And this one would just be relatively simple if you understand the mechanics of why price goes there and why price reacts there. Yeah, possible mechanics. Of course, price can crash through. Yeah, there's no guarantees in trading. Very important, no guarantees. But these are the things you can have in the back of your mind, and not panic and start selling at the worst place possible. Yeah. Same thing for the other side. Okay, so since we're closest to the bottom, this would be something that I would keep in mind for today and see how Monday develops. Okay, does that make sense? Exactly, Marius. What does New York have to say? It's quite simple as that. So let me see. I had something else here. 28.7, that's daily naked point of control. Yeah, so that's one of the things that wick to the downside could reach. And this is the pending assignment to the top. That would be 31.2. Yeah. So that would be going through this monthly level. That's perfect. And 31.2 is slightly below that daily level. Yeah. So do you see how the edges are also full of surprises or full of interesting things? Is there something on the weekly or monthly I wanted to show you? No, I don't think so. Yeah, same thing here on the TPO profile. We do have a few single prints on the way down. One of them, but they're very small, and one of them has already been revisited. So nothing super duper special, really. Very, very quiet day so far, really. Yes, it's been a bit of a move down, but these are not fireworks. Yeah, I want to see fireworks. Let's see. So what do we got so far? We got some enthusiastic longs. Let's put it that way. Opening here. 4.2 million positions. Maybe we're about 10, 12, so like 13. Oh, more. Maybe like 15 million longs opening below the VWAP, but price not really going above it. Yeah. Then we do have a quick push to the upside, which stops out a lot of short positions. Let's see, liquidations. Not that amazing, but basically short positions closing on this little push up, and now we're just hanging around here. Hanging around at the VWAP. Yeah, previously low has been taken. That's nice, but it's missing that little spark, which could come in with another session. And if it does get going, so basically claim the VWAP and you open the door to revisiting all of yesterday's price action. That's your yesterday's value area, which is a Sunday. It's not amazing, but still. Yeah, so claiming the VWAP would open the door to theoretically entering this range here. That would be your more local trade. Yeah. However, we just talked about the fact that, stop loss here and stop loss here is a relatively obvious place to put it. So you do kind of have to expect that that can happen as well before that move even happens. Yeah. So it's a bit of a tricky situation in that sense. That's why I don't mind waiting, because it will increase my possibilities of success. Okay. Patience. Good. That was Bitcoin. That's enough of that. So S&P 500, these are the E-mini futures. Yeah. CME. And that's a yearly level, my friends. That is a yearly level. That is not only a yearly level, it's a weekly level, it's a monthly level. This is the 4771. That's the last standing resistance, pretty much, which is pretty insane, yeah, considering everything. Yeah, considering everything, that is pretty cool, pretty crazy. So high time frame analysis, same thing really. I'm still using the 3-year-old value area pool. That's the value area high lining up with a monthly level on a 786. So this is the strongest resistance based on these tools that that you can find on the chart, right? At least up here. And what has price done so far? Well, it's been traveling through it and closing high time frame candles above it. In this case, weekly. Yeah, would be even nicer to see the month, in other words, 7 days and 13 hours, also close up here. Because if it does close up here, and next month it revisits it, kind of like what Bitcoin is possibly doing now, right? Or has been doing. So if it does something like this, then it's basically backtesting old resistance as support, and up you go to the next big one, which is that yearly level. Yeah, simple as that. There is nothing bearish about this. This has been on an insane move up. Well, it started in October, but basically the flip of this area, this is a huge support resistance flip area. This is insane, actually. Yeah, this 4100 area was nuts, and since then it has just been tearing up. Yeah, taking a bit of a break here, but continues to go up and up and up and up and up. Yeah, I am not interested in any shorts whatsoever on this thing, except maybe for a day trade. Yeah, this is way too strong, way too strong. Yeah, if you want to see weakness, you have to start closing candles, high time frame, weekly candles at the very least below this, and start doing something like that. Yeah, and then I'm gonna start thinking about, okay, I can take a short position at any of these high pushes, but that's not the case now, right? So if it's not doing that, then I'm not interested in shorts, because that's your next target, pretty much. Yeah, there's just nothing left in between, or very little. And to be honest, all-time highs are just a little breath away. Yeah, I have a sneaking suspicion that if we do get up to the yearly level, even though I love yearly levels, well, taking those highs is so easy then. So this continues to remain strong. Very different story than Bitcoin. Same thing for the Nasdaq. Same thing for the Nasdaq. Well, not very different story than Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has managed to hold at this price as well. It's just that it's been lagging massively. Yeah. So this one has been absolutely glorious. Yeah, that was another block of resistance. Just blast through it. Back test. Look at that weekly level. Back test. See you later. Yeah, just takes off again. Okay, last week it pulled back a little bit. Yeah, what is it doing now? Already going back to that weekly level of. Oh, this is a fresh one. Yeah, might as well mark this. This is useful for day trading. Oh yes, you can take trades over these little things. Most definitely so. Did it take last week's low? No. Okay. But similar story. Yeah, it's blasting and blasting and blasting through resistance. Yes, there can be red candles. Yeah, but they don't seem to make a difference at all. So if you really want to think about weakness and shorting, then this has to flip, to be honest, 15K back to resistance. Yeah, that's just the way it is. So this one is even closer to that yearly level, or got even closer last week. So even stronger than the S&P 500. And symbolically, oh my, I need to clean this up a little bit. Sorry about that. Let's just take this stuff out. Let's take that stuff out. Boom. So that's a way to mark up the price around here. You've got weekly levels to play with as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna hide them for now, just to show you that yes, there was a pullback last week after making another all-time high. But so what? Yeah, this is an all-time high price discovery mode. Yeah, it's basically been a buy the dip situation since the beginning of the year. And that has not changed. Oh my goodnesses. It's not even reaching the 618. You gotta be kidding me. Wait, last week low. Oh yeah, that would be great. Yeah, that would be nice. Look at that. So take out last week's low. Yeah. So dip one more time just to tap this area and then take off again. Let's see. Oh, area low is here. What a shame. Well, that's a nice range though. Look at that. Yeah. So I'm not sure about that, but let's see. What about this one? Yeah, this lines up better. But yeah, the super bullish scenario would be if there is another push down to basically just hit support around here and see you later again. Oh. Oh yeah, there you go. That's nice. So that was the weekly level I turned off, yeah? Oh, that's nice. Okay. Actually, no, because that's not... Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, with these gaps, it's a bit confusing sometimes, but yeah, that would be fine. Ooh, right around the 786. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Great. Great, 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 great. How much percent is that? It's not even that much. It's like not even 2%. So this is not that dramatic either, yeah? But basically this is reflecting what the indices are doing, yeah? It's basically a buy the dip situation on this asset until it proves otherwise, which means flip this to resistance, flip this former all-time high to resistance, and then we can start talking about serious downside. But otherwise, I'm not standing in the way of this, yeah? You go ahead and do whatever you want, but not me, thanks. All right, US dollar index. So I've got the yearly levels out once again, because this is the top of a multi-year or a former multi-year range. And we've been dancing around this area for so long already, and leave it and come back and leave it and come back. So last Monday, woo, wow, this took a serious beating and took the lows, the standing lows that looked a little bit like a double bottom. It wasn't really, because this one did take the lows from here, but yeah, kind of looks like a double bottom. So now it definitely went through that and somehow managed to fight back last week. Yeah. So sorry, 2 weeks ago, right? Down. This was last week, and this is this week so far. So this is very, very interesting because it's definitely trying to push higher again to, surprise, surprise. Yeah. There's a weekly level at the golden pocket. There's your yearly level of resistance. Almost at the 0.5, and the 786 up there. Yeah. So still, by making this low now, this confirms downtrend remains intact. Yeah. By making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, and now a lower low, a definite crystal clear one. Yeah. So what do you expect? Well, if this does rally back up, to give you another possible short entry. In other words, jumping over to an inverse pair to give you a possible long entry on, for example, the EURUSD. Yeah. Also got my yearly levels out. Look at how beautiful they've been acting as support and resistance. Yeah. And this was too much to handle. So that's the current pullback we have. But it's a pullback in an uptrend that's been going since September 2022. Okay. So if we are looking to possibly buy the dip, let's see what I got here. Blah, so many things. Maybe we can turn on just a few things. Maybe this one. That's previous week low. Yeah, already went off. Weekly open. That's fine. Don't need that one now. Old monthly level. Yeah, that could be a problem. Because that was resistance, and could be back to set support, and we don't even get to the golden pocket, yeah? So that's one to keep in mind. Otherwise, if we have a daily level here, that's a new weekly level of resistance, all right? And volume-wise, I think it's all a bit lower. Let's just say everything for this year so far is way, way down here. That's not super duper helpful, but let's see, uptrend since May. Let's do since May. Oh, that's interesting. So you see point of control and value area high. So this is the 7-month now value area high, and the point of control since May. So June, July, 2 months. So it's actually quite interesting, this 109. And value area high would be here, close to that monthly level. Cool. Yeah, it would be nice to hit this point of control and golden pocket and daily level, right? Maybe take these lows. But, you know, as impulsive as this has been, the retracements, it's possible that they're not as deep, yeah, that they're shallower, you know, and that it starts turning around already before that. Yeah. Okay, so that's something to pay attention to. What happens when this gets up here? Or if this gets up here? And how does this, how far has this traveled? Yeah, that's how I would keep an eye on those. For a short, it's a bit late for me because, the move down is already happening. So if you want to short, you have to do it as high as possible. So I would have to wait for a push back up if I want to short, but it would be against the larger trend. That's something to keep in mind, all right? All right. What is this? Gold. Oh, man. Whew. I mean, wow. Wow. Let's turn that one off for a second. I mean, we were looking at this on Friday. I mean, all of this stuff we've already kind of started playing or looking at last Friday during the stream. But that 3-year-old point of control, that was beautiful. Yeah, look at that. It got stuck below it, back tested as resistance, and resistance, created a beautiful swing low on those 3 weekly candles. Weekly level created as support and back test. And when it finally breaks through, then it runs to the other weekly level up here. That was just beautiful. So we covered that last Friday already. I'm not going to spend too much time on that. And now we're up here again. So that's why I had the... Whoops, I turned it off. There you go. So that would be your local, since the 17th of March, your local fixed range pool containing months worth of data. And you can see that this point of control is now acting as a huge, at around 1958, huge support resistance flip, right? Previously resistance, now being backtested as support. So if this can hold, then you open the door to the value area high 2016. Yeah. Where's my fib? There you go. So from high to low, boom. There's your and a daily level. Oh, so this one has already been tapped. This one has already done its job. Yes, all it needs to do is not lose this area, basically. And then we can start. Yeah, that's nice, man. That's a triple right there at 2016. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That would be great. That would be great. But it cannot or should not lose this area of support, because then we have to start looking at value area low again and stuff like that. Ooh. For this, the dollar would have to be really, really strong. Most likely. And then you would have that 3-year-old POC area again with a golden pocket. That's kind of nice too, admittedly. But since the range rotation has already started, and so far the point of control is holding, you could even argue locally, hey, Victor, there's a little impulse here, yeah, and I can do low to high, and there we go. We're at support, yeah. We've got a weekly level, we've got a golden pocket, we've got a point of control. What else do you want? Yeah, fair enough. But it has not taken last week's low. Oh yeah, this is yesterday. But yesterday, Friday. Yeah, Friday. It would be nice if it did. All right, we'll see. We'll see. I'll keep you posted on this, okay, on these things as they develop. I think today's a very good day because we get the fresh data. Now London is already in action, so to speak. So waiting for New York to see how it replies to everything that's been developing so far. And then I'll keep you posted with on these assets and how they are developing, because there's definitely some juicy trade setups lining up for this week. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this could be a fun week. Very fun week. Whew. So yeah, we're gonna keep you updated with charts, with stream updates, with we got the opening bell session on Wednesday as well. So that's gonna be very exciting. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a cool week. One of those account growing weeks, guys and gals. That's what this is all about. Not just drawing lines on the chart, actually getting something out of it. All right. So Ethereum, what did I want to tell you about this? Let's turn everything off for a second so that you can feast on the beauty of the chart without any biases that I am throwing in your face. it's basically not that super duper exciting if you look at the monthly candle, right? A little bit up, a little bit down, kind of at the same place. Nothing dramatic has happened. Yeah. So that's always nice to see that, you know, all the drama in the low time frames means nothing in the higher time frames. And I keep saying Ethereum just looks a little bit better than Bitcoin. It just looks a little bit better than Bitcoin. It does. Yeah, it just does, man. What can I say? It just does. So very, 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 very clean asset, to be honest. Very, very clean. I mean, look at these pivots, yeah? From low to high. Look at that. You see that? Golden pocket. That's clean. And then from high to low, look at that. High to low, boom. That's very, very nice. So if we follow that theory, then that should be the next one, right? If it's doing this so perfectly, then that could be your next one. Why? It doesn't have to, of course. There's a daily level support that's been, you know, for very, very local trades, low time frame. Sure, there's a daily level that was backtested as support, so that's already a cheeky long right there. But same kind of thing, yeah. Stop losses below here, stop losses below there, and below there. So a nice wick to the downside stops everyone and their mother out, and then we can get going again. Yeah. Always the same thing. Always the same thing. Ah, nice. So that's an old weekly level. Where's the fresh ones? Oh, there is a fresh one. There you go. So definitely keep the fresh ones in mind. Let's move down a bit. 1922. This has already been tapped, but that's a fresh one. Ha 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 ha. 1720. Nice. Yeah, that's cool. That is very cool. How are we volume wise? Whoops. Sorry about that. That was the wrong one. This one here. Ooh, point of control. Ew. Ew. Ugh. No thanks, mate. No point of control, please. Just get away from the point of control. That's a take profit area. I don't like owning positions around the point of control. Just get away from it. Find me something better, higher or lower. Since we can argue, you know, it's already run the highs, it's taking that high, it's rejecting of a very technical area, it's flipping the value area high to resistance. All it needs to do is flip the point of control to resistance, and then we can start looking at this down here. And there was a, yeah, there you go, an untapped weekly level, 1720. So something like that. There you go. That's just very nice. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 things coming up together here. Super, super nice. And it still would only be a range rotation to the downside. There's nothing bearish or crazy about that. It's still a bullish uptrend all in all, making higher highs and higher lows. So no problem there. Yeah, whether we get there or not is a different story. That depends on how strong the the buying demand is in the end. Yeah, we'll see. But I don't like this area, even if this, no, I don't long here. I don't want to long here. Nope. Sorry, not interested. All right, that's all I wanted to cover. How are we on time? 48 minutes, nice. Plus the countdown, that should be okay. So we covered this, okay, looking good. Looking good. Let me see what kind of questions you guys have. You guys have, wow, a lot of chatting in here. I have to, sound is good, hey Way, and Paul. Hey Sam. Thanks for joining, guys. He doesn't get it. No, too much buffer from workout. Trying to control myself so I don't distract me. Oh, don't worry, I wasn't looking at the chat. Please remember to like this video. Yes, that helps us out a lot. Please do hit the like button. They do this. Can this be classed as acceptance in the high time? So Lim is asking, can this be classed as acceptance in the high time frame value area and upper range above June 2021 low based on volume? Yes, it can. You're referring to Bitcoin, I believe. Well, that's the only one I showed a June 2021 low on, so it has to be that. But yes, absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. That was the point of that. Yeah, that was the point of that. That we are spending time and volume up here, more and more and more, and building ranges higher and higher and higher. So in other words, the longer this goes on, and monthly candles even better. Monthly candles doesn't look like we've been here that long. So that's exactly the same statement that a pullback now would make. Well, it's the summertime. Maybe it needs next month as well. Who knows? But any revisiting of this area here, as long as the candle closes higher, yeah, not below, it's still acceptance up here. It's fine. And you can still open up the entire range. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. The more candles you close up here, the more acceptance you get. Correct. Correct. Yes. Simeon Rangelo. This like Friday again, listening to Victor's update. I missed this. Yeah. Except it's Monday. But I also do Friday and Wednesday. And every second Monday. Actually, Wednesday twice, right? With the opening bell. That's actually, don't be shy. Yes. Every Monday for free forever. Yeah, I smashed all the like and sub buttons when I saw Victor and George again. Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. You can find us on Discord. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, you guys are having a blast here. Is there anything for me, or are you guys talking to each other? What does New York have to say? Yeah, bearish CBD here. A lot of absorption is happening here. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah. Yes, if we compare to this high up here, most definitely a little bit. Well, actually, just this one here. That's an already enough. That's pretty. That is bearish. CVD divergence. Yes, that is correct. However, it's not like the selling is doing a fantastic job either. You know, kind of sucks. And remember where we are. Yeah, we are at the bottom of the range. So, and selling seems to be sucking quite a lot, right? So I am favoring in one violent move to the downside would be lovely, just to stop out a bunch of longs, but not actual real selling to come in. Yeah, that would be a different story. That means there's no the trade setup that we were looking at before doesn't work, right? That's why you just gotta wait for it. I won't put too much emphasis into it now. I think it's a very, very good day to be observant, to take notes, and to see how everything starts positioning itself. Yeah, there's plenty of time. We have the entire week ahead of us. So yeah, Victor, VWAP is for 24 hours. What is your VWAP is session? Yes, correct. 24 hours session VWAP. That's the one I use. Beautiful, beautiful level for intraday trades, for taking profits, for determining how an asset changes its behavior from bearish to bullish. Very, very useful. Yeah, that's the only VWAP that I use really. The other ones, there's anchored VWAPs, and you can pull different sections, kind of like the fixed range pool. There's weekly VWAPs, monthly VWAPs. Don't use any of those. No, you can if you want, but you know, you're just gonna confuse yourself more unless you have a very clear idea of why you use it. Hello, 30 people. What did I remember today? You have pretty. Stay tuned on Discord. Yes, stay tuned on Discord. Exactly, that's what I said. We're gonna keep you updated on all of this. This is how I start planning the week and brainstorming. I hope it has helped you as well to bounce off of with your own ideas. Yeah, there's no financial advice here. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just showing you how I approach the charts and what thought process I put into it, and what kind of very, very interesting areas or levels I look at, or pivots. And of course, risk reward ratio. Yeah, if you have a trade in the middle of nowhere and your stop loss is super far away and your target relatively close, you know, that's not going to help you in the long run if you want to remain consistent and profitable. You know, do drop your questions if they're unknown, to drop them on Discord. Oh yeah, so we have in the Midgard section as well, the free section, we also have an Ask the Coach question, so you can pop your questions there too if you don't make it now, or if you're watching this not in real time. Okay, and we'll try to get to that as soon as possible as well. Alrighty, thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you have a fantastic Monday and a great start of the week. Remember, patience, patience, patience. Yeah. There is no need to rush into anything. Make sure you have the data and the information that you need at the area that you're looking for, not just some random area, before you enter your trade setup, and then stick to that plan. Don't hesitate. Trust your own plan. Yeah, trust your TA. Alrighty, one more question came in from Fabian. Is the low around 1500 looking good for you? I'm not sure if you're referring to the NASDAQ or Bitcoin. If you're referring to the, let me see, because NASDAQ also went for what are you talking about? 15.5, 15.5, like this year on the NASDAQ, you mean? No, this looks like yeah, it could be okay, but Always nice if it takes the previous low. It's a bit more violent. But yeah, I would have to look at this one. I haven't really made plans for this one quite yet, because I like to trade these with an open session, to be honest. Yeah. Suppose so. We could get our reaction out of this one already. And then push our, whoops, that's not the weekly level. I would take this candle here. There you go. Oh, is that what you mean? Oh, BTC. Whoops. We're at 20, we're almost at 30K and you're talking about 1500 this year. Dude, that's like, that low is so far away. It is so not in my mind and so completely irrelevant. I guess because I'm more focused on day trades. There's so many levels to get through before you can even think about this low being good or not, or being revisited or not. I would say it absolutely does not matter. It's super far away and it is the standing low, whether you like it or not, or whether it's pretty or not, it is completely irrelevant. Focus rather on the fact that this asset is closing monthly candles above a very, very important area, which is the value area low of the past 3 years. Yeah. You flip 28K to resistance and you start closing them below these monthly levels, like that one down here, then you can start considering other options. But until then, man, that is irrelevant. Irrelevant. Yeah. It's like talking, oh, what about the high at 69K? Do I like that high? It's completely irrelevant now. We're so far away from that. So rather use the stuff that is a bit closer, at least for trading. You know, this is not investing. Investing is a different story. But for trading, I wouldn't look at that low. It hasn't even crossed my mind, to be honest. De nada, Antares. You're welcome, Fabian. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll see you on Discord. Okay, take care. Bye bye. Tschüss. Hasta la próxima.